What's up, everyone? Trent here.
Along with Julia.
Welcome to the Fandom Zone, and we've got our first look at Batman: The Long Halloween Part 2. Part the second, which is funny because Batman: The Long Halloween Part 1 has not come out yet.
Yeah.
That's coming out in June, so it's odd that Part 1's not released, but we're getting a trailer for Part 2. Not that I'm complaining.
Either way. Great story arc. Great story.
Iconic. The Holiday Killer strikes. Let's check this out. Oh, some violence and bloody images. Good.
Do you know what my people call this past year? The Long Halloween.
Oh, Scarecrow looks cool.
The Holiday Killer's covering his tracks.
I'm here to cut a deal. You want Falcone, and I got plenty on him.
Heads, I'll take it.
This animation's beautiful.
Your father went
Stunning.
into business with the Roman? And how many innocent lives did he end up trading for it?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh. It's not a Batman movie without the Waynes dying.
Where'd you find them?
You're not going to like it.
When you were coming up, you wouldn't have thought to hire freaks.
Yeah, Hatter.
Times change.
It's hard to believe the man who stood on this roof and made that promise would cross the line.
Everyone's in.
Oh, she looks so good.
Twinkle, twinkle, little bat. How I wonder what you're...
Grundy. Oh!
What is this?
Go, Pammy.
Judgment Day.
Yeah. Judgment Day. So cool.
That's so amazing. Ivy looks so good.
They all look good. Scarecrow looks
Freaky as hell.
perfect. I love this animation style.
This animation style suits the DC animated universe
so well. I know there was a lot of talk about when Superman Man of Tomorrow came out. It had well, for me in particular, it had that Golden Age and Silver Age style with the bold outline. Kind of, it felt more comic booky, but the detail that they've put into this in particular is stunning. And from what I've seen of the, I think it's Justice Society World War II.
Yes.
That looks like the animation holds up really well in this, and it's good to see they're continuing that style and maintaining that consistency that they had pre Darkseid Apocalypse War.
Yes.
I loved the previous animation with the DC universe, but I'm glad that this animation style is continuing through that because it looks great.
It looks really crisp. It looks really simple but detailed.
Yes.
And it conveys points, I think, really, really well.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of a more detailed version of the 99 2000s, like the Bruce Timm
yes.
designs, but just with that little bit more
That
detail.
little bit extra, yeah.
I mean, this story, this part of the story looks like it's going to be focusing a lot more on the super villains as opposed to part 1, which came out when we were away. So sorry we didn't do a reaction to that. Looks like it's focusing more on Falcone's family and the mob, and this is transitioning into that. It's following as a Harvey Dent origin story, obviously transitioning into Two-Face, with an awesome cover, by the way. That looks great. So figuring out what's going on with the Holiday Killer, it's a big mystery. It is a 13-part comic series that goes for a whole year. So it's going to be fun seeing, all those different calendar events happen and the villains that coincide with those events.
Yes.
So I'm super keen to see more of this. We got Jensen Ackles as Bruce.
Yes.
It's not his first foray in the DC animated universe. He was in Under the Red Hood. Troy Baker back as Joker, and my favorite, John DiMaggio as Mad Hatter.
That is a good choice.
Selena looks great. She's been played by Naya Rivera, who unfortunately this is probably going to be one of her last movies because she passed away in that tragic accident in 2020, which is incredibly unfortunate. Naya Rivera, I think I mispronounced the name. But yeah, it's going to be great. You get to see the Waynes die again. Again. But I mean,
as you said, it's not a Batman movie without seeing the Waynes die.
But I think the best part about this movie is going to be is going to be seeing all the majority of Batman's villains.
Yes.
Again, it's very similar to Hush, where there's a whole lot of villains in that. But I think they're really taking their time with this, much like they did with the Dark Knight Returns Part 1 and Part 2, to really flesh out the story. How much they're going to keep the same as the comic, who knows, because they are still fitting it into a cohesive universe. So there probably will be some changes. But the voice cast is stellar. The animation's stellar. I'm keen.
Yes.
I'm so keen. And tell us your thoughts in the comments below. We're going to be trying to do more reactions to actual entire episodes and movies that are streaming. So we're going to be trying to do MODOK this week. If you have any suggestions on how to help us to do that, reach out to us. MODOK this week, I think we're going to be trying to do Army of the Dead.
Yes.
And Justice Society World War II. That comes out for us here now. So we're going to try and do that as well. So make sure you subscribe, like the video, give it a thumbs up. Yeah, even if you don't. We appreciate you. We do. It's going to get creepy now.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah.
But as always,
Keep it nerdy.
keep it nerdy.